Hello again. Just before I start this, I'm just going to fiddle even with the audio because I noticed on watching a playback the sound effects, like the clicking in the game, is really loud, so I don't want that to sort of, well, quite frankly, piss anyone off. So we're going to try again with can't even get my words out, 60 seconds. We haven't managed a survival run yet, unfortunately, but you know what, it's a learning curve. We've only played it twice so far, on the PS4 at least, and I figure, what the hell, play it while we enjoy it. I'm going to stick with Ted. We're going to stick on normal difficulty. I think my record so far is surviving 58 days. But we're going to try and beat that, or at least, I don't know, maybe get rescued. Who knows? We're going to have a quick look around while we've got a few seconds for some of the important stuff. Yep, okay. Come here, Timmy. And we'll take the gas mask too. Oh, wrong way. Grab a bottle of water as well, why not? It's there. Right, let's go and pick up her because she's the biggest. Grab a bottle of water as well because it's there. Dump them off. Right, we know where wifey is, so we've got a few seconds there. Can we take that? Nah, damn it. Drop off the briefcase. We're going to go back for the axe. And while we're here, why does a health kit take 2 spaces? Come here, wife. Oh shit. Come on. Grab the padlock. Grab 1 tin of soup. And we are boned. I would have liked to have gotten the map, or the gun, the radio, any of the other useful stuff. But that's fine. We'll struggle. We struggled a few times. At least we've got the gas mask. That's good. That means we can go out on the first day. Excuse me. And see what we can do. Got another trophy there called Be Prepared. So I'm not quite sure what we did to get that. I think it was the padlock, the gas mask, and something else. Luckily, though, we've come down here and we've got the rifle, which is nice, and a harmonica. So day 1, all of us made it into the shelter with just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is pretty healthy for you. We can't remember bringing these supplies down to the shelter, but we're not complaining. We probably should have stocked it better anyway. We got a harmonica. Hey, look what we found in the suitcase we grabbed upstairs. Good thing we didn't unpack our holiday luggage. Okay, you show me anywhere that will allow you to take a rifle in your suitcase. Anyway, we don't have that much food, but no one's complaining yet. Even canned soup might become an extravagant dish quite soon. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We'll have to ration it strictly. Day 1, no point in giving them any supplies. That's fine. It's difficult to keep our spirits up in this situation. We do hope this whole mess will be over soon, or else we might end up in a place worse than this cozy shelter. In an ideal world, I would have at least got the map, because then if we got the Monty Python event, we could have perhaps, you know, got the radio out of that or something like that. But being stuck in such a tiny shelter would make anyone a bit apathetic. We need to stay calm and await the rescue. Surely they're coming for us. Right? It's impressive how well Mary Jane is handling this situation. She looks fine today. No news is good news. Nothing going on with Timmy. Dolores is fine and well, or as much as anyone can be fine and well in this tiny shelter. And Ted says there's no need to worry about him. He's okay. This is the way the days work. It tells you if there's someone has a problem, if they're hungry, if they're tired, if they're thirsty, and so on. I'm not going to read all of that each time because, quite frankly, it just takes up more and more time. So I will sort of blitz through them, some of them a bit quicker. Okay. I'm also going to occasionally mute my microphone so that I can cough or clear my throat. You guys don't need to be deafened. If we're one sure way to get our attention, it's definitely banging on our shelter door. Whoever it is, they're quite persistent. They've been at it for the past 5 minutes. Should we open? I haven't seen this one, so yeah, let's give it a try. I mean, I'd like to say what's the worst that could happen, but yeah. Okay. Nobody looks any worse for wear. Someone started shooting at us. We closed the hatch, but a shot or two grazed us. Oh, bollocks. Mary Jane was injured. Timmy doesn't need much, but he should drink. Dolores needs water. Ted needs water. No, and no. Whoops. We will, however, sadly use our medkit on MJ. And it's actually MJ we're going to send out into the wasteland. We're going to send her with the briefcase and the gas mask. The idea being hopefully she can bring more back because she's got a case. Okay, day 4. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Equipment she took, gas mask and briefcase. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. Dolores won't survive without water for any longer. Ted looks like he's got a foot in the grave. Let's just... Can we highlight over these people? Dehydration, dehydration, dehydration. I'll tell you what, on the PC version of this, they don't get dehydrated anywhere near that quickly. I mean, you're talking... They can go to like day 7 or 8 without any ill effects. Mind you, the latest version on the PC is reatomized, so it might be that. Never thought we'd live to see a dancing cockroach. We still haven't, but we saw one that was nearly as big as a cat. Good news is they're probably scared off any rats in the area. Bad news is they're huge and will probably attack us when they get a chance. We didn't get the bug spray, we didn't get the manual, so we're going to have to deal with cockroaches. Hopefully MJ comes back with the manual, because she can then crush the things. Because I mean, they're big. They're the size of Timmy's foot. Anyway, that thing is huge. That's what she said. And there goes another one. Roaches everywhere. We're doomed. We already feel dirty. Like the good scout he is, Timmy's making the most out of the situation. He even seems cheerful. Nothing to report about Dolores. And nothing going on with Ted. Nope, no foods, no drinks. We never felt weird, but today we had to revisit the term. It seems that our little green guests, are trying to communicate with us. One was even holding something that resembled a sign which read, come in peace. What on earth do they mean? Oh, it was we come, sorry, not it was UE. Okay. Okay. Talking to the products of your imagination is one thing, but talking to roaches? Come on, we're better than that, aren't we? Nothing for Timmy, nothing for Dolores. Ted seems to be doing alright, even though the world has gone to a crappy place. Nope, no supplies. Hear that? No, because no one's talking. Not a word in hours. None at all. We can't just stare and stare at the walls. We need to do something about this. But we don't have a radio because I didn't get it. One of you can play the harmonica. Nothing here. Maybe if we try really hard, we can hear the neighbours in their shelter. Timmy's hungry. He's also thirsty. Dolores is thirsty. Ted's stomach is rumbling. And he's thirsty. Okay, right, okay. Lunchy munchies and sip at a glug. It's very difficult to prepare for the unforeseen circumstances. Consequences. Sorry, long day. When you don't see them coming. Well, they're unforeseen by definition. So that does make a lot of sense. We can't say we were prepared for what happened. Yeah, but what happened? Oh, you mean the bombs. Okay. The way that was written, it was like as if, you know, oh, we didn't think that was going to happen. Let us tell you what that was. But it didn't. Okay. Memories or not, we need to keep our heads clear and get a grip on reality ahead of us. Timmy's okay. Ted's okay. Dolores is okay. We learned a valuable lesson recently. If you don't do anything about roaches in your home, you'll end up with more roaches. That's not ideal. If we don't do anything about it, we'll end up all glowy just like them. Having said that, they come in peas. That sounds wrong. But still, we'll leave them be. We'll let this one play out. I've not seen what happens with the roaches. Okay, our new cockroach roommates can be a bit messy, disgusting and annoying, but surely this is not the worst thing that could have happened to us, and there's not much we can do about it anyway. Maybe one day we'll convince them to pay the rent. Despite the dire circumstances, Timmy is being brave. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. Ted is fine. Still no Dolores. Call us weird, but we think those roaches are trying to communicate with us. Is it possible they're now our intellectual equals? Maybe we could turn them into a cheap labour force to support our survival effort. Once a capitalist, always a capitalist. I mean, you can hear them clicking. She wrecked the gas mask. But she did not, by the look of it, come with some soup. This is insane. Why would we talk to roaches? Are we going insane? Are we? Nothing made us happier than the sight of MJ returning to the shelter from the surface. We decided to finally check out between the rubble in our own backyard. Our poor lawns and flowers, once the object of desire of the whole neighbourhood, now designed to... Let me go back. Now reduced, there we go, to nothing more than radioactive ashes, covered by debris. Really isn't much left here. The only tree that was left is completely burnt out. In a hollow area inside the dead husk, some mutated three-tailed squirrels have made their home. They're pretty good at collecting stuff. We hope we don't mind if they borrow a few things. We got 2 soup. The garage still had 2 walls left, but most of the things inside are gone. Not even the bicycles made it through the blast, but weirdly enough, the baskets installed on top of them did. We found some leftover supplies from our last bicycle trip. 2 water. Awesome. Damn it, gas mask was damaged. MJ is starving. She needs food or else. Timmy needs water. Dolores needs water. Ted needs water. Okay. Well, you know what? We're going to feed and water them all. Or are we? Oh, hold on. No, we're not. We're going to water them all. But we'll feed and water MJ. Because, you know, none of them are in any state to go out. Okay. MJ has been awful silent today. This is unlike her. Should we try and talk to her? Yes. I mean, she's probably going to sit there and go, Mama, Daddy, I've seen some shit. But still, nothing solves problems better than an honest conversation over a hot beverage. We don't have the latter, but talking alone seems to do the trick. MJ could use a little food. Timmy's being brave. Dolores is fine. Ted is fine. So if Dolores, Ted and Timmy are fine, why the hell could none of them go out? You can have some soup. Contamination, new word. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness. Yeah, okay. If there's anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation, it's our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but they probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens. We've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when we... yeah, never mind about that. The government people are coming, and we should keep our ears and eyes open for any sign from them, which we would, but we don't have a radio. Not exactly ideal. So one thing we need to do is use a radio on a regular basis. Yes, we don't have one. That would allow us to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. You were talking to cockroaches. Anyway, MJ is still quite hungry. Really? Timmy's good. Dolores is good. Ted's doing good. We're gonna, if we flick this over, let's just confirm MJ is actually hungry and that it's not the diary just going to poop. Yeah, no, okay, she's still hungry. Nobody's going out. Examination is still too strong. Ideally, we would have used the gas mask, but, you know. We've never felt weird, but today we had to revisit the term. It seems that our little green pest's guests are trying to communicate again with the wee cam MPs. This is insane. Why would we talk to roaches? Yeah. MJ still wants food. And now they all want a drink. Ted's also hungry. Dolores is looking a little bit crazy. Okay. Damn it. Only just read it. Forgot them all already. Right. MJ, food and drink. MJ, food and drink. Dolores, drink. Ted, food. Timmy, drink. There we go. Thought the phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow. Seems to be ringing right now. We should send someone to answer it. And there's proof that this is said in the past. Not just for the fact that, you know, the bomb, or rather the phone booth survived the blast, but the fact that it was a working phone booth in the first place. Let's send... No, not Timmy. Let's send Ted. Ted, you can go and get green. Because you know he will. Oh, he didn't. Alright, okay. Shut my mouth. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We'd started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they'll get back to us. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. There is nothing bothering MJ. Timmy is hungry but well rested. Dolores would love to eat something. Ted is hungry. Okay, so we've got 3 to feed. Feed. Okay. Timmy could go to the surface. Yep, okay. High time we stopped worrying about what's going on and started asking questions, or at least listen to some reasonable answers. How about tuning to a radio station? That would be awesome if we had a radio. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without a clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. MJ's rested. Timmy is being very brave. Dolores is okay. Ted's okay. No supplies being rationed. And Timmy is going out into the wasteland. I don't actually think this time we're going to send him with anything. Actually, you know what? No, actually, no. I've never actually had the harmonica, so I don't know if it's going to be any use to us or not. Excuse me. I mean, Ted just... Wow. I mean, even Dolores is sitting there. I mean, she looks like a damn zombie. Anyway, MJ's thirsty. Timmy went out into the wasteland. Dolores needs a drink. Ted needs a drink. Wrong button. There we go. Being safe down here is much better than being pulverized out there, but that doesn't mean we don't want to go outside. Maybe we could take a walk soon. The neighborhood is probably much more peaceful since the bombings. I mean, it's going to be quieter. Maybe. Anyway. Hopefully the time to leave will come soon. There we go. Everyone's okay. Yep, and yep. So, nope, and nope. Cockroaches aren't playing around. They're very territorial and they're leaving us less and less space every day. We need to do something about it. No. I want to know what they do. Our time will come, but for the time being we'll just have to adapt to this living situation. They're here. We're here. Let's make the best of it. They're only cockroaches after all. Well, Dolores is looking like she might be going a little bit doolally. But we said that from the last couple of days where she's looking very zombie-like. Everyone else seems okay. Sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just 1 can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? Normally I say no, especially since we're low on food anyway, but I figure this is going to be a quick death run, so why not? We'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure this is the cat. Yeah, we got a kitty. Look at that pretty kitty. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the wall. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to just be an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look, promptly sat down on the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sharikoff. Is that its name? Mary Jane seems quite hungry. Well, she would be now that we haven't got any bloody food. But still. Mary Jane's also thirsty. There has to be some water left. Dolores should get it. Dolores is sane again. Dolores is rested. Where's the water when Ted needs it? Well, that's all the food and there's only 1 sip left of water. Confined spaces are not a very friendly environment, and we quickly got into an argument over some trivial things. Probably one of them being, what the fuck are we going to do with a cat? If this keeps on, we might find ourselves in a nasty place. This now means that they're not going to sleep overnight because of the argument. Oh, and Ted is green. We stopped arguing, but for how long? Ted seems to have developed an allergy to our furry guest. He's been coughing and sneezing all night. We should try and get him some medication. MJ is hungry. Ted is hungry. Ted's become infected with something. Well, I'm sorry, Ted. We have no health kit. We have no food. We have 1 sip of water. We're waiting on Timmy coming back. Boredom and silence are overwhelming. Too bad we don't have a TV to keep us occupied. But maybe we could take advantage of some of our supplies and pretend they're props on a movie set. Alright, let's try not to break the briefcase. Ted and Mary Jane were reminded of their regular cinema trips, so they were happy to improvise scenes for the rest of us. Ted was Marilyn and MJ was the director, ordering them around. She was really strict about her artistic vision, but Ted managed to deliver a performance so convincing we forgot for a moment that he isn't a lovely, slim, blonde Hollywood star. MJ could use a little food. Dolores is pretty fatigued. Ted is hungry. Putting it bluntly, you're all fucked. How about that trip to Nevada we've been postponing for a while now? Maybe we should go there. That's our first stop after we get out of here. Come back, Tim. All's forgiven. Yeah, that's the sound of Timmy coming back. And it looks like he brought us water and nothing else. We can make it work, even in Toronto. Question is, how do we find a boat to get there? We heard that's the best way to get to Europe. We're so afraid for Timmy, but he's come back. Our little trip might have got us spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. We set off on an expedition to the nearby zoo that we used to visit on weekends. We're happy to report that it was a productive supply run, and as well as an educational trip. We saw pterodactyl whales, chimpanzees, a porcupine, a small army of cat roaches, and other majestic creatures that have emerged from the post-nuclear fauna. A friendly-looking crabtopotamus lazily observed the sea life section from a distance. In its den we found the body of a zoo worker with some of his possessions laying around. 1 bottle of water. MJ is starving, we better get her some food today or else. Everyone has to drink sometime, including MJ. Timmy needs food, Timmy's really tired. Dolores needs water, Ted's hungry and thirsty. Well, you can all have water, that's not a problem. My concern here is that if we send MJ out, she'll die. Timmy's been sitting there just staring into space. Is something wrong? Maybe it'd be good to have a little chat with him. Yeah, what's up, Timmy? And if he doesn't respond with, Timmy! I'll be surprised. I mean, Ted's looking like shit. Even a word or two may be enough to brighten someone's mood. Timmy seems to be better now. MJ is starving. Timmy needs food. Everything's okay with Dolores. Ted is hungry. Yep, sorry guys. Do you know what? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk sending MJ in the hope that she goes out, gets some food and comes back. There is every possibility, however, that she will go out. Oh, Skelly Ted. That was quick. Didn't see that coming. Hunger drove Timmy insane. When he realised we wouldn't be able to provide for him, he snuck out and never returned. MJ went out. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Everything seems okay with Dolores. I'm surprised actually. Normally if Ted dies, I thought that would be game over, considering we were playing as Ted. While trying to pet the little devil, we found a piece of paper on the collar with an address scribbled on it. Could its previous owners still be around and worried sick? Chances are slim, but maybe we should pay them a visit. Yeah, right. Okay, well, Dolores is back, but looking kooky. Before we reached the end of our street, we were stopped by 2 men wearing dark coats and stylish hats. They rushed towards the cat to pick him up, saying they'd been looking for him for a while now. Supposedly, Sharakov belongs to an old lady who's rather fond of it and misses the little guy dearly. We shrugged and went back to our shelter. The cat didn't seem to care, so why should we? Good thing we didn't get too attached to him in the last few days. There has to be some water left. Dolores' sanity is questionable. You know what? There is some water left. You can have the water. We don't have a radio. Okay, Dolores is still a little bit crazy. She hasn't eaten for a while. She ain't going to eat for any while longer. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet here we have someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What the hell is that? That's a very good Fallout reference. I like it. But unfortunately, we couldn't give him a bottle of water because we didn't have any. The cat is back. We were sorry to explain we don't know what a water chip was and that we didn't have one. He thanked us in a few short words and left. To our surprise, we found Sharakov back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure how, or why, or how, even, it came back. Is it our good care it appreciates, our kind hearts, optimism, or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. Dolores hasn't eaten for a while. You know what's going to happen? MJ's going to get back. Dolores is going to die of hunger, and it'll be game over then. You maniacs, you blew it up. Ah, damn you all to hell. That's something we should have told our neighbours when they blew up our barbecue their barbecue last spring. Those were good times, even if they wasted a perfectly good barbecue. I'm really sorry. I'm either trying to read it too quickly, or it's just been a very long day. I mean, it's, what, 11:30 at night here. Yeah, I'm having trouble with the reading of the words and the speaking of the reading of the words. You'd think they would move Skelly Ted. I mean, I'd move Skelly Ted. Dolores hasn't eaten for a while. She also needs a drink. Yeah, this isn't going well. What we would give to be able to enjoy the sunshine again. We can't say there's a lot of light underground. We don't expect it to get any brighter down here. I mean, the cockroach thing hasn't really done anything. I would have expected that to have gone somewhere by now. Yeah, Dolores is... she's gonna die. A loud crash, a surprise shriek, and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Truly a recipe for a good start to the day. As it turns out, Sharikov found a new toy. A bit of innocuous wiring that it ripped out of the wall. Who knows what the cable's for, but our lights are still on, so it can't be that important, right? Should we take the wire away from our fluffy friend and investigate it? Yeah, alright. Oh, that's MJ back. That's not MJ back. MJ was supposed to be back in a few days. It's been too long. Bugger. We followed the wire outside and found a half-burned out truck and two surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening in to us in our very own shelter? Their feeble excuse about a roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here, and the car had no wheels. Dolores barely has any strength left. Oh dear. Yeah, I mean... okay. The agents who are spying on us were now at the door and trying to explain themselves. Yeah, let's hear them out. Yeah, I knew that was coming. I was just literally about to say, I get the feeling we're going to get at the end soon. They briefly waved some sort of ID cards in front of our faces and told us they're on a top secret government mission. The wiretap wasn't to spy on us, but rather on the cat. It's suspected of being a Soviet agent. They're willing to let us into their super top secret government safe house if we help them with some of their top secret missions. They assured us they'd contact us again with more details. If we only had a few drops of water, we could have avoided what happened. Dolores died of dehydration last night. We didn't make it. These are our final words. Our advice to anyone who reads this is obscured writing. 31 days in the shelter. I mean, if we'd managed to get more food and water at the start, we might have done alright. I would have liked to have seen how the cat thing played out. It's interesting to note that the cockroach thing doesn't play out at all. I was kind of hoping that maybe they would have, you know, surreptitiously found some food, since, you know, they come in peas. That still sounds wrong. But yeah, not good. Not good. Everybody dead. 31 days. They lasted a month. Still, it does also mean shorter episode this time round. I will probably do another one of these tomorrow. That'll be Saturday the 14th. By all means, keep a lookout. Although I'm streaming on the PS4 and you don't see the message window there, I do always have my my second screen app running, so I'll be able to see any comments or anything like that. So you can by all means ask questions, send me messages, interact one way or another. As always, if you've liked this, by all means please leave me a like, subscribe if you wish, and any feedback, criticisms, constructive preferably please, can be left in the comments section. But for now, we'll call this one done, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.